Hey guys, the holiday season is just around the corner, so I thought why not make a little toddler gift guide for moms who don't know what to get their kids. If you're new here, my name is Yesenia and I make some motherhood, wellness, lifestyle content. I just like to do a lot of productivity and vlogs, so if you're into that kind of stuff, go ahead and hit subscribe. So to break down this gift guide, most of it is going to be toddler toys, but then there's going to be a few items for the toddler bedroom that I'm pretty sure you and your toddler will love. And the best part is that all these items are going to be under $100 and can be pretty much found on Amazon. And then I have two items I'll mention at the end that are over $100, but I think still are worth it. Okay, item number one is a little pop-up tent. This sounds so simple, but I swear my daughter loves to play with this. I used to have it out in the living room all the time, but it is a little big, so it made the living room feel a little cluttered. So now I only bring it out for those days that we're just stuck at home and we're really bored, and she loves it. If you have cats or dogs, it's a bonus because they will play in there as well. I got my pop-up tent from Marshall's, so if you have something nearby, maybe you can find a really cheap one like I did. But if you want to go ahead and order it on Amazon with just one click, I am going to link down below 3 different types. One is little rocket theme, so if your kid is into like space, a princess theme, and then the last one is like a tent that also brings like a bunch of camping toys, which I think is pretty cool because you get like this big set with like little food and tools. So I feel like if you really wanted to with any of the tents, you can even take it outside for an afternoon camping trip or an evening night trip. I've never done that with my toddler, but this idea just sparked in my head, and I think that's actually really cool. Something I definitely would have loved when I was a kid. Moving on to the next item, it is this toddler lockbox. And this did come in one of my Lovery subscriptions, but I'm not saying you need to get that. It is great, but it can be a little pricey. So if you want to get just the toy itself, I did find a link on Amazon to a similar one, and my toddler loves this. I will take it on us in the car rides, and she will be entertained back there, unlocking and locking the little box. Funny story, one time we took it to IHOP, and she was playing, and we just let her play and do her thing. And when we got in the car, she unlocked one of the things, and a bunch of sugar packets fell out of the box. We didn't even realize that she had stuffed the inside with like 10 sugar packets. But hey, she got the idea of having something in there and then unlocking it, which is also another way you can play with this. Once your toddler starts getting the hang of how to do it, you can put little prizes, little toys. I like to put some of her little animal toys in there, and it's a nice little surprise when she opens it. She's gotten really good at it now that she's basically 2 years old, but she still loves to play with it. Number 3 are paint sticks, and I'm sure many of you already have this in your household, but I didn't even know this was a thing until I took her to a play center and they had these, and I thought they were so cool because it's like paint without the mess. I feel like when I buy her crayons, like the thick little jumbo ones, they often break really easy because, you know, toddler, they will like smack that paper and like go with all their force. But the paint stick provides that smooth glide with that pop of color. I still like to do like art and craft with all these different materials, like sometimes paint, sometimes crayons, and sometimes paint sticks, but I do like that it's added into the mix. The next item on this list is going to be a piano or music instrument of some sort. My toddler loves to jam out to music right now. She is 23 months and she will go ahead on her little piano, which already plays some music when she plays the keys, and she wiggles her body, she moves her arms, she has a whole party, and she lets everybody know that they have to dance as well. Right next to the piano, I also have the xylophone, which she likes to play as well, or I'll just play alongside with her while she plays the piano. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know all the benefits, but I know that obviously playing music and just having fun is a great way for your toddler to develop. This next one I do not have, but it is on my list to get for my daughter for her birthday or Christmas because they're both in December, but it is the tonniebox. I've heard so many great things about this toy, and I heard it's a great alternative to screen time as well. You basically get to switch out these cards or toys and put them on the box, and they play different music. So it's basically like having a CD player without CDs but little toys. Did I just make myself sound really old by saying that? Anywho, I always like to find alternatives to screen time. Not that I'm against it, and my daughter has definitely watched TV before and all that, but I like to think less is better, and if she has these toys that will entertain her in the same way, then I would rather get these type of toys for her. We're moving on to the next item, which is the magnetic drawing board. Personally, I'm gonna say that this is like towards the earlier range of 1 to 2 years old. At least for my child, she doesn't show an interest in this anymore, but she really used to. She would draw on it all the time, and then there's like these 2 little stamps, and she wouldn't stamp it because she didn't have like that skill yet to just like stamp it, but she would scribble it all around, and she had fun with it. The one con I saw about this toy is that if you're gonna put the little stands on it for it to be a little table, they kind of suck. They would always be falling apart, and maybe if your child is a very calm child that does not take this around, maybe it'll stay that way. But for us, there was always one leg missing, one was in this room, one was in the living room. So at one point I just took apart all the legs and I put them away because it was just annoying. but the drawing board itself I think is a pretty good gift. This next toy, I actually have it sitting on my counter, but I haven't opened it just yet because I'm gonna give it to her for her birthday, and that is a kid's camera. I did buy this on Amazon Prime Day, so I got it for like $10 cheaper I think, but if I'm not mistaken, there's a 10% discount going on right now. And my toddler loves to take pictures, she loves to say cheese. She is really enjoying the Polaroid camera at this moment. So I'm even thinking of maybe exchanging this camera and getting this other one I saw that has like pictures that print out. I'm gonna link both of them below. I think both are really great options, especially if your kids love to take pictures. But overall, I think it's such a great toy to see what your kids are taking pictures of. They kind of start to develop a little skill for themselves, and they kind of just get to see their own fruit of labor, if you will, like the pictures they take themselves. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm like a savvy mom, and I will keep some pictures, okay? I'm gonna keep them and be like, this was your first ever picture on a Polaroid, and it's going in the memory box. My toddler has been loving this ball roll drop thing. She got this toy from Lovery subscription box, and I tried to find one on Amazon, but I didn't find one that was like a perfect similarity. I'm gonna link a few down below, but to show you the original one, this is what it looks like, and it's one of the toys that I just keep on the floor of her room on the rug, and we will basically come in here every day, sit on the floor, and she will play with the little paws. I will play with her as well. So it's been a toy she's actually been really enjoying. And I think she got this in her like 18-month box, and she still uses it today. Now moving on to the toddler room, I think an item your child may really enjoy is a child-sized bookshelf. This falls a lot into the Montessori way of thinking of having child-sized furniture in the household so the child can be independent for themselves, and that's where I got this idea from. So I did some searching on Amazon, and I had found this bookshelf. I've had it in her room for like a few months now, and I love that she's able to just walk up to the bookshelf, take out a book and start reading, exchange the books, and so forth. Something you can also do is exchange the books like on a weekly basis, monthly basis. I think this is a really nice touch for the toddler bedroom or the living room, playroom, whatever space your toddler really hangs out in. And it's such a simple way to like foster that independence that your toddler just craves. This next one is definitely for parents, but it is a toy organizer. Before I got this toy organizer, everything was a mess. I had no type of organization for her toys, and I feel like this is the best thing I bought for her room. I'm able to categorize different little play sets into bins, and I love that you can just take the bins out and bring it to the table, the floor, wherever you're playing, and then when you're done, clean up and put it back. It brings a mix of different size bins, so you have a couple of large ones and then a lot of them with the small ones. Some examples of things I keep in there are, I'll have one of the large bins stuffed with the painting materials, construction paper. Another one has little music toys. So all in all, this is a great gift to organize the room. Not only for the parents, but honestly, my toddler will go up in there. She will pick out what toys that she wants and brings it to the rug, and we go ahead and play. And it's a great way to teach your toddler to clean up and put it back where it goes. They do have a lot of colors, but I went with the basic white because I knew that would always match the room or anywhere we put it. But overall, a great gift. Talking about paintwork and artwork, I recently bought this kid's art frame, and I think the idea behind it is so cool. It's basically what it is. It's an art frame, but what makes it so cool is that once you hang the frame, you can still open it and exchange the artwork for when your kid starts drawing more often, or let's say you have an older child who is constantly bringing you work from daycare and stuff. You can basically display their artwork, and then the old artwork, you just keep it in there as well. So it's basically like a little folder of your kid's artwork. Not to say you're gonna keep every single piece of art your child makes until they're 20, but if you even feel that little sentimental feeling of just throwing away the artwork, at least you can keep it for a little bit longer in this little art frame. And I love that it has the two little strings to hold the artwork behind. These next two items are going to be over $100, but I think they are some really great gifts. Number one is going to be a standing tower. If you don't have one yet, I totally suggest getting one now. I have had this, I think, since my toddler was about 18 months, and it is something that we use every single day to this day. If you're a parent that enjoys involving your child in everything that you do, to include cooking, what's happening on the counter, what's happening in the kitchen, or really just anywhere where there's a high space, a toddler tower or a standing tower will help your toddler be there with you without you having to necessarily carry them or just put them on the counter where you have to be watching them like a hawk. My toddler uses this every day. Even if we're not cooking, she will just hang out up there while I cook, or if I'm cleaning the counters, she will go up there and ask for a paper and help me herself. I honestly feel that it helps you bond with the child so much more because it just makes them feel involved. And then on the parents' part, you're also just teaching the child so much more about being safe in the kitchen, about cleaning the counters. Maybe you have them make smoothies or make snacks, because those are some of the things that we do together. The standing tower that I have linked below is the one I have, and that I love that it has a safety bar in the back, because a few of them I saw, especially for the shorter children, the younger children, I was always afraid of them falling back. But with this one, I felt so safe. And as they get taller and older, I love that you can adjust the bottom step so you can lower them down. Right now, my daughter is 23 months and I think we're at the second level, or the one just below the last. So I'm telling you, this is gonna last for a while. This one definitely had to be mentioned because it's one of my favorite items I have ever bought for my daughter. And I'm telling you, we use it every single day, basically every single hour. And the last item on this list is this little reading nook right behind me. I got this for my daughter a few months ago, and at first it lived in the living room where she used it every single day, and she would climb on it and we would sit there together and she would just hang out there while I made a breakfast or cooked. But I recently moved it into her own bedroom because I'm trying to make her bedroom a little more cozy. But this is one of those things that I think looks beautiful and is also really great for toddlers. To break it down, it's basically a reading nook, and it does have 3 storage spaces at the bottom where you can store toys, books, or decorations if you like. My toddler is able to get up and down by herself with no help, and as of lately she will sit up there, place all her dolls next to her, and I feel like it makes such a little cute cozy reading space for her. Sometimes I will sit with her and she likes to hang out in that way or read on there with me. There are some little storage spaces here too where you can put more books. Sometimes I stuff like little toys in there, but overall I think it's a really beautiful toy for the bedroom or living room, playroom, whatever space your child hangs out in. And I feel like it's one of those items where I haven't really seen anybody talk about this, and yet it's like such an awesome little piece of furniture. I hope you guys enjoyed this little simple toddlers gift guide. If you guys want to see any other gift guides or videos you want me to make, just leave a comment down below. I'll check it out. And I know it's still November, but depending on the time you're watching this video, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and almost Happy New Year's.